But James Reimer has not been on top of his game here of late.
That's the only win the Red Wings have in their last 6 games, and in that game they blew a 5-1 lead and actually had to score late just to push it into overtime before winning 7-6 in a shootout. Boldy dumps it down into the corner as we're underway from the XL Energy Center. Eriksson comes up with a puck. Boldy out front, and he sent it wide. He was in behind the Detroit defense, one-on-one with Reimer. Boldy for Eriksson off of his stick, deflected ahead. Has Kaprizov in the slot. Boldy to Kaprizov, back to Boldy, they score! What a start for the Wild!
7:05 every night, moving the puck up here through the neutral zone. Eriksson with a great behind the back look. Detroit defenseman nowhere in sight, and a little play by Kaprizov out front to a tap in there to Matt Boldy, and the Wild have come out playing. But again, defensively, the Detroit Red Wings.
Larkin in the corner, hit by Middleton. Goligoski has it for Minnesota. Here's Marco Rossi in alone. Rossi on the breakaway, saved by Reimer. Rossi tried to center, and that's broken up by Sherrod.
The Wild had a chance to extend their lead from 1-0 to 2-0. Marco Rossi with a clear-cut breakaway. James Reimer comes up with a big save to keep it a 1-0 game.
The pass was in his skates. He kicks it back to Boldy. Across, too hot to handle for Bogosian, who has to come back out to center. But the Red Wings have had no answer for that top line for Minnesota. Here they come in, and Kane scores to tie it for Detroit.
A turnover here in the neutral zone. Patrick Kane able to slide behind Wild defenseman. And we've seen that a few times at the XL Energy Center. The hottest Detroit Red Wing here over the last 4 games with 8 points.
Didn't take him long to reach full speed. He had 2 points in his first 6 games with Detroit, but now including the goal here tonight, 9 points in his last 5 games. Now the Red Wings have a chance out front. No doubt about it, when you play 2 games in 13 days, by definition, the rest has to be condensed. Gustafsson comes out to make another save for Minnesota.
Getting all kinds of opportunities. Mo Seider with a great long pass, a little deflection to DeBrincat coming in on the backside, and as you mentioned,
Boldy on it. Hounded along the boards by Hall. Kaprizov moves in. Kaprizov to the backhand, saved by Reimer. Puck is loose for a moment.
But did get a few chances here. Kirill Kaprizov comes up with a loose puck, takes the ice in front of him, tries to get to the middle. There's the backhand, and then Eriksson has a swat at it. Great job taking the ice and what they give you. Teams were going to be rusty. There was no question about it without having games in 3 or 4 days. The team that could get to their game and be the most competitive was probably going to have the best opportunity to win. Middleton on the back end with Eriksson line. I'm sure we're going to see a little bit more of that. That was their most dangerous line in the first period by far. 4 of their 9 shots came from that top line.
Hartman works past Comfer, in alone, and it's kicked out. Johansson scores!
And again here in the second period, 90 seconds into this period, Wild come out humming. Ryan Hartman with a dipsy doodle gets inside position, throws it on net. Good save there by Reimer. Johansson dusts it off, takes his time. Ben Sherrod providing a screen, number 8. James Reimer could not find that puck at all. Here's Ryan Hartman dancing through the neutral zone, fresh as a daisy. Ben Sherrod right in the...
Seider comes to center. Eriksson knocked it away. Boldy moves in. Kaprizov driving. Boldy fires, and a save by Reimer. Gostisbehere to Kane. He sidesteps Dewar. Maintains his own. Lettieri, who got a new stick, able to knock it ahead. Here comes Dewar on the breakaway. Saved by Reimer. Wallman circles out from behind his net. Tipped at the Minnesota line. Hartman comes up with it for the Wild. Got it ahead to Johansson. He has Rossi with him. Rossi fires, and a save by Reimer. Both times denied by Reimer.
Yeah, and tries to go to the low blocker again right there. Huge save there, and then a little bit. game that we lost to the Detroit Red Wings in Detroit, yes, we lost 4-1. I felt that was a game that we should have won 4-1. We outshot them 38-23, lost that game, but this is their top unit, the Detroit Red Wings. Again, with Patrick Kane gets the puck, you have to shade over to DeBrincat.
Confer, watched by Foligno, back to Gostisbehere, across DeBrincat, scores! Well, it didn't come from Kane, it came from Gostisbehere up high, but DeBrincat buries it, and the power play goal for the Red Wings ties the game 2-2.
Man, there, whether it's Patrick Kane or anybody else, they're going to try to force the puck to him as much as they can. Bogosian tried to get out there, but was a little bit slow getting out there to block that shot. And that one beats Gustafsson, gets a piece of it with his shoulder and just off of his shoulder in the upper half of the net.
Confer centers, Raymond's loose, back to the slot for Confer, and it was knocked away before he could get a shot off. Johansson to Hartman, fire, scores!
Second, third effort, everybody collapsing down to the front of the net. Now it's time to get on your horse and show your speed. Marcus Johansson, who's been unbelievable here the last 7 or 8 games, finds Ryan Hartman right in that soft spot. Marco Rossi does a great job of driving down to the paint to open up that space right in behind there, giving Ryan Hartman a little extra space. I think he was trying to shoot top glove.
Back into the corner, Maroon. Into the slot, good draw, fires, knocked down out front. Loose puck, Middleton, a shot, save Reimer, rebound, Foligno scores!
Detroit scores to tie up the game 2-2, then 2 unanswered goals by the Wild in the last minute. Second, third effort around the front of the net. We talked about this in the pregame show, how if you busted your tail around the front of the net, you were going to have some chances. There were going to be some treasures around the front of the net. Marcus Foligno scored the game-winning goal against the Boston Bruins here on Saturday night.
With the Wild up by 2. Hartman tried to get it to Johansson in the slot. Johansson comes up with it again. He's loose, moving in. He scores!
Coming up with a loose puck, Marco Rossi just hounding the puck. Detroit cheating a little bit on the offensive side. And this was a play right there. Anthony, 3 or 4 games ago, Marcus Johansson would have looked for a pass. I was just thinking to myself, please shoot the puck. Please shoot the puck. And it gives you two clean checking lines, you know, with the Goudreau line, and you know, it almost looks like the roles are almost more distinguished. You got 2 scoring lines and 2 checking lines.
The Red Wings answer with Sprong beating Gustafsson to the short side. And go anywhere yet. It's 5-3 with still 12 minutes to go.
What a shot coming in here off of the rush. And this guy with 21 goals last season, great little wrist shot there that just beats Gustafsson to the short side. I'm not sure if that stick in there at the last minute threw him off just a little bit, but
hands it off to Rossi. Goligoski to Bogosian. Final seconds of the power play. Boldy to Rossi. He dragged it back between the legs for a shot. Kicked out by Reimer. Boldy then tied up along the boards. Walden taken down by Eriksson Ek. Boldy pinned to the boards by Seider. Mermis walks the line. And they score! Tipped out front by Kaprizov, and it's 6-3 Minnesota.
All night, Dakota Mermis with a nice little wrist shot there, and what a redirect by Kirill Kaprizov. All alone by himself, just him and James Reimer. No defenseman from the Detroit Red Wings within 15 feet. And this was a theme that we saw coming into this game from the Detroit Red Wings defense. And that theme has not changed here tonight. Great little redirect there by Kirill Kaprizov.
11 out of 14 since their coaching change as they put a whooping on the visiting Red Wings. 6-3 the final here in St. Paul.